Unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard this rhythm at one point or another. This is because the songs 1Rifle and Ikation by Najeeriii and Kraff have taken the place by storm. But this comes as especially a big surprise because Najeeriii has not had such a popular song in a good while. So much so that just around a month ago, I even made a video asking the question of whether or not he fell off. However, if you watched that video, you'd know that I said that technically he did not fall off, and if he simply followed a very simple strategy, he could potentially make a comeback. Well, it appears that that is exactly what he ended up doing, and it worked wonders. You see, the first reason why 1Rifle became a hit is because the main reason Najeeriii had appeared to have been falling off is because he just kept on making girl songs. It was literally the only thing he posted for the entire year, and as much as that's all well and good, he literally has a majority male fan base. Therefore, the people who subscribed to him to hear a certain type of music were no longer being appealed to. So what I said in that video was that if he simply went back to appealing to his actual fans, assuming that they still cared about him, there's a chance that it could work in his favor. And of course, it looks like that assumption was correct. Because what song appeals to a male audience like some good old-fashioned gun song and badness? Which brings me to my second reason as to why this song and Ikation became such big hits. These are the first mainstream gun songs that I have heard in a while, and I mean so much so that it literally felt like a breath of fresh air. I feel like the topic of scamming has been overdone, overused, milked, and used for every drop of money, clout, and relevancy that it could possibly have been used for. And yeah, the chopper song them still tough, but in truth, I'm tired for hear about the skull them now, dog. I'm tired for hear about the markets, I'm tired for hear about the crown. You can only sing about chopping in so many different ways, and I am sure I am not the only person who feels this way. So to hear something different finally feels almost like, yeah, this is what dancehall is supposed to be. And I felt the exact same thing about Skillibeng and Skeng's new song, and also Byron Messiah's song Chopper, which actually brings me to reason number 3 why these songs are hits. It's using a sound that has already proven to be commercially viable. I don't know if you noticed, but this instrumental sounds almost exactly like Taliban's and Chopper. It is definitely a Byron Messiah type beat, and that's perfectly fine because these songs are literally some of the best performing global dancehall music ever. Yeah, they cancelled Byron for saying it, but that didn't mean that it wasn't true. Taliban's is literally one of the biggest things the Caribbean has ever produced, so to use a beat that sounds like it is almost guaranteed success. But going back to the topic of the song, the truth is that at the end of the day, dancehall is about culture, and the culture of dancehall has been heavily rooted in violence for many years. So much so that it got to a point where every song was a gun song. And so people got tired of it, which is why when scamming music came up, it became so popular. It was new, fresh, exciting, and a break from the constant talk of murder, violence, and gang activity. However, at the end of the day, the law of supply and demand will always take effect. And since the scamming market was oversaturated, this type of music now seems new, refreshing, and nice to listen to. And something tells me that we'll probably be seeing a lot more gun songs coming out in the next few months of dancehall. For example, chopping artist Emoji has already jumped on the trend with his new song, which is a contrast to all of the scamming songs he made, like his biggest song, Dinero. Even Armani has jumped on this very same rhythm to make a gun song. With the combination of great production on these especially commercially viable types of beats, a refreshing topic from all of the scamming music, and of course some good and talented artists to pull it all off, it was only natural that these songs would become massive. And I sincerely do hope that Najeeriii especially continues on this trajectory, because he's a very talented young artist and one of the few members of the new generation still prioritizing lyrics. But if you want to hear the reasons why I thought he fell off in the first place, click the video on your screen right now to hear the analysis. And of course, as always, the dancehall has been decoded.